Okay, so to start with, we're going to be doing very similar to our left hand piece, and that's we're going to chain 15, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we're going to do one single crochet in our second stitch from hook, 1, 2, and then in each stitch along. Okay, so we finished that row, and now we're going to work on row 2. We'll do our chain 1 turn, and then we're going to do one single crochet in just the front loops only, and we're going to do that for every stitch along. Okay, so we're just doing our last stitch there, and then the next row we're going to do our chain 1 turn, and then exactly the same as we've been doing for the other pieces of the cardigan, is we're going to do one single crochet in just the back loop only, as you can see there, and then we're just going to continue that along. Okay, so we've just come to the end of row 3, and where we've been crocheting into the back loops only, and as you can see it's starting to create our ribbing effect. And now we're going to move on to rows 4 and 5. Now row 4 is just a repeat of row 2, so we're just going to chain 1 turn and then do one single crochet in the front loops only, and repeat that all the way along. Okay, so we're just coming to the end of row 4, and what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 1 turn and technically do the same as row 3. So we're going to do one single crochet in the back loops only all the way to the end. There's a slight difference when we get to the end, but first of all, if we just do our one single crochet in our back loops only, like so, and I'll just come into the end of row 5. So we've done our one single crochets in our back loops only, but when we get to the end of row 5, what we're going to do this time is we're actually going to chain 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're thinking, what is she doing? And what we're going to then do is we're going to turn our work so we chain 10, and what we're going to do is turn our work and go back the other way. So now rows 6 to 9, we're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So that's 6 to 9, so that's going to be the next 4 rows. So we don't need to chain 1 because we've just chained our chain 10. So we've turned our work, and we're just going to do one single crochet in the front loops only. So we're going to go straight in to our first front loop and do a one single crochet like that. If we move along slightly, you'll see that your 10 chains has created this loop. We're actually going to work 3 of those, and then we're going to put the buttons onto the left side, so this way round, and that's going to hook over our buttons, and all shall be revealed at the end. So just continue with rows 6 to 9, repeating rows 2 and 3, so that's the next 4 rows in the same way. So this row is just working in the front loops only, like so, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've just finished row 9, so we've done 4 more rows of the pattern, and now we're moving on to row 10, which is just the same as row 2. So we're going to chain 1 turn, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the front loops only. Okay, so we're just completing row 10, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn, and then it's technically repeating row 3, but then we're going to do our chains at the end. We've just chained 1 turn, 1 single crochet in the back loops only, in each stitch along. So just coming to the end of row 11, which is the same as row 3. But what we're going to do at the end is we're just going to chain 10, like we did on row 5. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to turn our work so we can go back the other way. Then we're going to go straight into row 12. And we're going to do rows 12 to 15 is just again repeating rows 2 and 3, so that's another 4 rows. So that's going to start off with 1 single crochet in the front loops only, like so. And then we've made our second button loop, and just continue on like that until you get to the end of row 15. Okay, so I've just finished row 15, and now we're going to do rows 16 and 17. And row 16 is exactly the same as row 2, and then row 17 is exactly the same as row 3, but we're going to chain our 10 at the end, just like we did for rows 10, 11, and 4 and 5. So I'm just going to do that, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've just finished row 17, and we've just chained our 10. Now we're going to move on to rows 18 and 19, and they're just repeating rows 2 and 3 again. So we're going to go straight in and do our 1 single crochet in the front loop only. Okay, so I've just finished row 19, and now we're going to move on to row 20, where we're going to start doing our shaping, but we're doing it in reverse this time. So we're going to do chain 1, turn, and then with the front loops only we're going to single crochet the next 2 stitches together, the first 2 stitches together, like so. Then we're going to continue with 1 single crochet in the front loops only for the next 12 stitches. So that's 2, 12. And then for row 21, do chain 1 turn, and then we're just going to repeat row 3, which is 1 single crochet in the back loops only, all the way across. Okay, so I've just finished row 21, which is a repeat of row 3, and then we're going to do rows 22 and 23, which is just repeating rows 2 and 3 again. So we'll do our chain 1 turn, and then we're going to be first working in our front loops only. Okay, so I've just completed row 23, and now we're going to move on to row 24, where we're going to do our decrease. So we'll do a chain 1 turn, and then we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together, but only in the front loops. This is the first one and the second one. There's our decrease, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the front loops only for the next 11 stitches. Okay, so I've just come to the end of row 24, and then I'm going to do a chain 1 turn, and row 25 is just the same as row 3, so we're going to do 1 single crochet in the back loops only in each stitch along. Okay, so I've just finished row 25, and now we're going to work on rows 26 and 27, which again is just repeating rows 2 and 3. Okay, so I've just completed rows 26 and 27, and now for row 28 we're going to do our last decrease. So we do chain 1, turn, and then 2 single crochet together just in the front loops only, like so, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch along just in the front loops. Oops. And then like so, and then for row 29 it's just a repeat of row 3, do chain 1, turn, and then we're just going to be working in the back loops. Okay, so just quickly for my battery dies, I've just finished row 29, and then we're going to do one more row, row 30, where we're just repeating row 2, and then we're going to fasten off, and then we've finished our right hand side.